Another day, another thrift store. Welcome to Thrift, Broward County's #1 thrift store. This is actually my first time ever being in this thrift store, so I was really excited to come by. On Wednesdays, they run this 99-cent sale, but they only run it till about noon, so you got to get there early. Now, I sell a ton of shoes, so when I saw this shelf filled with Merrell boots, I was super excited. Merrell is a brand that always sells well for me, but then I noticed something pretty quickly, that they were all left foot shoes, so this was a bit of a bummer. If you've been following my channel, you know that typically I always go to the shoe rack first. I've been reselling for a very long time, and shoes have always been something that has done very well for me. But you got to know what you're doing, because not all shoes are going to sell for you, and you don't want to fill your closet or your space up with a bunch of stuff that's just going to take up space. And I was super impressed with the amount of shoes that this store had and the variety. Even the kids section was even impressive. Though these shoes may say Jordan, they're absolutely not worth your time, nor are these. I'm a big seller of Jordan shoes. I've flipped hundreds of pairs of them, but these are going to go back on the rack. It's just not worth it. These Robert Blakes was an absolute pickup for $20. Comps put them around $150 to $200. Another great pickup was these Nike Air Jordan Nike golf shoes. Again, these things were definitely a pickup for me. Comps had them about $180 to $200. If you sell women's shoes, then this is a great store for you. I don't know this space, so I don't pick up any women's shoes. I just don't know it that well. I don't know the sizes. I don't know the brands. I could do some research, but I just haven't had the time. But maybe one day I will. I do resell a lot of hard goods, but if that's something that you do, a hard goods seller, then I would not recommend this store for you. All the items seem to be just thrown up here. There wasn't no uniformity to anything. And the pricing that they had on some of this stuff is just ridiculous. Like this low back traction thing. I mean, these things sell brand new online for $40, and they're wanting, close to $15 for that. Now, I have a question for you. Do you guys resell CPAP machines? Typically, I stay away from all kinds of medical equipment. It's just not worth it. I mean, you could get into some trouble maybe. I don't know. Walt Disney merch has always done well for me, but it's hit and miss. I can make a lot of money, or it can sit in my store forever. Now, my first 99-cent piece. This is an easy pickup for me. Same goes for this Rats Get Fat shirt. It's a good brand. I mean, I can probably get around $18 for this. My last 99-cent piece. Size 2XL, it's a big graphic on the front. That should be an easy flip as well. The rest of this store is what it is. I mean, I didn't stop and go through the entire thing. I just didn't have the time. But it's mostly clothing. A big children's clothing section, a big men's clothing section, and then obviously everything in the middle is more of a women's section. All of these jeans. I mean, if you guys sell clothing and you're in Broward County, I would highly recommend stopping by Thrift. Now, as I go to check out, I see these Louis Vuittons sitting behind the glass. I asked the person behind the counter if I could see those Louis Vuittons. Now, if these are real, these shoes are $1,000. They were asking $100 for them. But the problem is that I could not tell if they're real or fake. The tethering up here is what's got me worried. Let me know in the comments below if I should go back and pick these things up and get them all cleaned up and resell them. And as I was putting these down, I saw these Coco Chanel flats. So I asked the person behind the counter if I can look at these. Now, I just don't know this space. I cannot tell if these are real or not. The tag says 50, but it's half off on red and half off on purple, as well as the 99-cent on those other values. And I hate when they put Sharpie on the bottom like that. I mean, I can clean it up, but it takes some time. Should I go back and pick these up?